Hey everyone, this is Mukesh Otwani once again from learn-animation.com. Today in this lecture we are going to talk about how you can download and install WebdriverIO in Windows. Okay, but if you're using another operating system also, the process will be almost same. So as of now we'll focus on Windows. It's very easy to download and install, so if you come down further you just need to run these three commands, but I will show you how you can do that from the scratch, and I will be using Visual Code. Okay, but if you're using any other editor also, that's perfectly fine. I will follow Visual Studio. So for this, either you can click on get started or you can go to the documentation. I will click on get started, so it will open a new tab, and let's follow instruction one by one. Now as we know, WebDriver works on JavaScript. Okay, so definitely you need JavaScript. So if you go here, the system requirements, okay, just click on system requirements. So first of all, make sure you have Node.js installed. So let's quickly see, do we have Node.js in our system or not? So I have already made a video on how to install Node.js on Windows. It's very straightforward. So you can just download the exe and run it. In case you want to again refer the video, I will give you the link in the description. So I will quickly check the Node version. So I will say node space -v, and you can see right now I have version 14.17.3, and in order to continue we need at least 12.6.1 or higher. Anyways, we have the higher version, so that should not be any issue. Again, there's a very important part here, that if you're using WebdriverIO in sync mode, then you also need Python version 3 or higher installed. Okay, many people are missing this part and they're not able to run WebdriverIO in sync mode. That is the issue. So make sure you have Python installed. In my case, I already have a Python in my system, so I will quickly show you. I will say Python space -- version, and I have Python version 3.8.5. So in case if you don't have Python, again you can refer my previous video where we discussed how to install Python. Okay, so first thing is done, that I already have Node.js in my system, which is 14.17.3, and they need minimum 12.6.1 or higher. This is my version at the time of recording this. You might have a different version, so just always check the system requirement. Now once you already have Node.js, then you just need to run this command called npm install WebdriverIO CLI. So basically we are going to install WebdriverIO CLI. How we can do that? For this, what I have done, I have created a small folder on my Windows. Okay, it is on my desktop. As you can see, desktop, I have created one folder called WebdriverIO _tutorials. You can give any name, fine. So what I will do, first of all, I will switch to this particular location. So I will say cd. Okay, so you can see right now I'm already in this location. Now again, if you go back, first of all we need to install this. So the first thing that you need to do before running that command is npm init. Okay, the moment you hit enter, and I would recommend just press --yes. Okay, the moment you hit enter, okay, just notice one thing. Okay, so if you notice here, it created one package.json file for me, right? And this is the content. Now if you don't give this npm init --yes, if you just say npm init, then you have to give all these details one by one. You have to provide the name, version, description. So what I did, I said --yes. It means I need the default values and I should get this file. So this is the most important file in order to continue. Okay, if you want to see the content of this, so let me show you. Let me open this in Notepad. Okay, let me open this in normal Notepad. You can see, so this is the name. Basically took the folder name, then this is the version, description, main, scripts, keyword, author, and so on. Okay, if you want to change some values, you can do that. As of now, I'm not touching this. Let me run this command, and again I will open the same file. Let's go back here. Second is, so this is basically the first command, npm install WebdriverIO CLI. So let's go back and just, okay, let me just increase the font size. Okay, now hit enter. It might take few seconds, depends on the system and sometimes internet connection, and it will install some dependencies. Okay, so seems it's installed successfully now. So you can see now it is saying thank you for using Core.js, and these are some of the links if you want to support. Okay, you can see Patreon, PayPal links, and yeah, some very good part that if you're looking for a good job, then you can again contact them. And yes, as you can see, found 0 vulnerability, and it has installed 306 packages. So let's do one thing. Let's go back and check our package.json file. Okay, so initially there was no dependencies, but now you can see we have one dependency called CLI. Okay, WebdriverIO CLI 7.11.1. okay, so now let's do one thing. Let's go back and let's have the next step. So once you have installed CLI, now you need to run this command as well. And what it will do, like it will basically ask you a couple of questions. If you want to answer one by one, then you can run this command. Otherwise, if you want some default values, then you can pass again one flag called -- yes. So let's do the same thing. I will again open the same command prompt. Let me just type CLS and paste that -- yes. Okay, I want some default, I will say framework default configuration. So let's hit enter. Okay, so as you can see now, it has installed a couple of packages for us, right? Which is WebdriverIO packages, local runner, Mocha framework, spec reporter, Chrome driver service. And the moment you come down, you can see it is trying to check Chrome driver binary, which was not available. So it downloaded from this URL, then it extracted and copied into our node module. As you can see, inside node modules, it created one folder called Chrome driver library, and again it has Chrome driver here, and these are the packages got added. Okay, so if you go back to that package.json file, okay, so let me just close this and let me open that again so that you can see the new packages should be added the moment I open this. Okay, so you can see these are the dev dependencies got added, right? So now we have local runner, Mocha framework, spec reporter, Chrome driver, and Chrome driver service as well. Fine. Now one thing is missing here basically, guys, okay, that I want to highlight here, that in case if you want to work with sync mode, okay, in that case you need to have one more dev dependencies, okay, that I will show you. So guys, now I will be using Visual Code. Okay, so this is my Visual Code. I already have a video on this, that how to install Visual Code. So in case if you don't have, please go ahead and watch that video. So right now it is focusing on one folder, which is JavaScript example, but I want to open this particular folder, which is WebdriverIO. So I will click on file and I will click on one option called open folder, and now I will select that folder. So you can see this is my folder. Click on this and it will load that particular folder in Visual Code. Okay, so as you can see, these are the same files, okay, that we have created, right? Package.json file, WebDriver config.js file. So let me open this package.json file, and this is the same thing, right? So we have, these are the dev dependencies. Okay guys, if you don't want to maintain two, like you can keep this also inside dev dependencies. It's totally up to you. Now a very important part here, that if you want to work with sync mode in WebdriverIO, then here one of the package is missing, okay, which is WebdriverIO sync, that you have to add it separately now. Okay, a lot of people are struggling because that is not added here. So how you can add, just put comma, okay. Now after this, put double quotes and use @ symbol and just type WebdriverIO and use something called sync. Okay, can you see this? The moment you hit enter, automatically it will detect the version. You don't have to type it manually. So what we are saying, we are also looking for one more dev dependency called WebdriverIO sync. And the moment you save this file, you have to run one more command, because just now we added this WebdriverIO sync, right? So you need to run one more command called npm install. Okay, so let me do one thing. Anyways, we are on the same directory, WebdriverIO. Just type npm install. Many people don't run this command, because of that they are not able to continue. So just after adding this sync dependency, you need to run npm install, and once it is installed successfully, then you can start creating your WebdriverIO scripts. Okay, so as you can see, it's done now. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's go back, and you can see now finally we can run our test. Now the question should be in your mind that we have not even created a test, then how we can run it. So basically guys, the moment you run this command, right, this npm WDIO WebdriverIO config, it also gives you some sample test. Okay, so the moment you open this, can you see we have something called spec, okay, and we have something called page objects. So basically inside the specs you will see one file called example end-to-end JavaScript, okay, and here you can see they have written one script for us which will basically do one login part. Okay, so don't worry, once we move ahead we will write our own test. For the time being, just to make sure everything is working fine, we are going to run this command, and it should run this particular example.end-to-end script.js file. Okay, so just hit enter and let's run. I will explain you these commands, don't worry, it is just we are running so that we can verify whether everything is set up correctly in our system or not. As you can see, it's running now, so let me just drag this to my primary screen. So it's basically running our login test. We have not created, it comes as a sample which we just executed, and it's running now. And yes, it will just enter username password, it will just do the login part, and here we go, it executed, right? Now if you just try to read this, you will find some interesting logs here. So basically it started, it says execution of one worker started, and again it's giving you some local logs. Okay, it's starting Chrome driver, and now you can see this JSON wire protocol. Okay, and it is sending all these commands. So for starting the browser name and some additional capabilities, then it's doing all this type click, so you can see all this command. Now one thing which you might not have noticed, but this is very crucial, can you see this warning that you are running test with WebdriverIO sync, which we have added here, right? This one. So initially it was not added, we added forcefully. So it says you're running tests with this sync mode, which will discontinue starting from node version 16. Okay, so there's a detailed discussion going on that WebdriverIO will only support async mode, not the sync mode. So we'll talk about this in futures, but yeah, I just want to highlight this point because this is what we can expect in upcoming days. Fine. So yeah, finally it is started, and as you can see, if you just check this sample that we have, you can see we have a describe block, right? My login application. So this is the describe. Then we have one test called should contain or should login with valid credential. This is one of the test. In the same way you can have more. So basically it's working fine, and right now we just have one script, right? So it's fine, but the moment you have multiple scripts, in that case you can just pass this flag called -- spec, and you can pass the specific file that you want to run. I hope it is clear now. So if you are doing this first time, you might find this little lengthy procedure, but trust me, it's very easy. So let me give you a quick recap what exactly we have done. So let me just clear it out everything. So the first thing that we did, we just added npm init --yes. Because of that we got package.json file. This is the first file that you need, okay, which will have some basic details. Then what we did, we just installed one CLI, okay, which is WebdriverIO CLI. Because of that we got this dependency called WebdriverIO CLI. Then we executed this command, which is WebdriverIO config, which basically added couple of different dependencies, I will say node packages. So it added local runner, Mocha, spec, Chrome driver, and we also added one additional dependencies, and as per WebdriverIO this will continue from node new versions, but for the time being we can use it. So this we have added, and we have executed one command called npm install, basically which install this package. Okay, and the moment you run this, it by default give you some page objects and one spec file. So what we did in the next step, we simply executed this command. So what exactly we said, run is a command. In the base directory, go ahead and run this WebdriverIO config.js file, which is basically running this file. Okay, and inside this file, let me show you what happened behind the scene. So when we executed this WebdriverIO file, right? So there we have one thing called spec, and here we have mentioned that go to the test folder, which is available here. Go to the specs folder, which is this, and run all the files which is ending with .js. So basically it found only one inside this and it executed. So if you have multiple JS files here, this command will run multiple JavaScript or multiple WebdriverIO scripts. And in case if you want to run a specific one, let's say you have multiple, I will say, JS files, and if you want to run the specific one, you need to pass one flag called -- spec, and we can do that. So we'll talk about this more. It is just for your knowledge, I'm showing you all of this, but once you move ahead, we will try to make few changes inside this file. We'll try to run multiple JavaScript file. And yeah, in the next video, I will show you how you can write your first WebdriverIO script. Okay, not this one. This is actually using page objects, which is little advanced topic, I would say, at this moment. But yes, in future, we also have to create our own page objects so that we can match the industry standards. Okay, so in case if you're curious, these are the few pages we have. Okay, so you can see this is the login page, which has basically few locators and one method which will perform some operation. So set value and click, set value for type, click for click, obviously, and here they are using these locators. Okay, in the same way, we also have one more page called secure page, which has just one web element. Okay, and these both pages are extending one page called page itself, and here we have just the base URL. So do not get confused with this. We'll talk about this once we move ahead. In the next lecture, I will show you from the scratch how you can do that. That's all for this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope everything is clear now. If you're still facing any issue, please let me know in the comment section and I will try my best to answer. In case if you're new to this channel and if you have not subscribed, then please support this channel by subscribing, share with your friends and colleagues, and I will see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.